Hello, I'm Jan Moppert, Director of Career Services at Widener, and today we're going to talk about the use of fonts and how it can help you get your message across and stay professional. First of all, in your banner, this is where you have the opportunity to really kind of have a little personality with your resume. So you can use fonts to help you do that. It'll help you create your brand. You can be creative. But it's really important that while you're being creative, you also need to be professional and you need to know what's acceptable within your industry. For instance, you don't want to use these types of fonts. They're not appropriate, they're not professional, and they're not appreciated with a lot of industries. Now, your name can be a different font than the body copy. It can even be as large as 28 points with some of the fonts that you choose. So be careful and see how your name looks in it before you choose it for the top of the banner. Also, know that character spacing, italics, and shadowing can sometimes dress up a font and really help you create the image you want. Also, it's nice to know that your contact information can be another font. And it only needs to be 8 to 12 points. You absolutely want your contact information to be the same size or smaller than your body copy, and definitely smaller than your name. You want your name to stand out like your brand. And in your contact information, don't use bold and don't italicize, because that makes the reader draw their eyes to that information, and your contact information is not going to help sell you. So let's look at a few examples. Here with Leontine, you'll see that her name is actually Bodani MT condensed, but then the other information is just Bodani. And the name is actually 26 points high. The contact information is just 10. With Allison, we use Poor Richard in both the name and the contact information. It's also character spaced, you'll see, so it kind of stands out and there's spacing between each character. And it's 20 points while the contact information is at a 10. With S. Luke, we are using Agency, and that's a 20-point font in his name and an 11-point font underneath. Again, he used character spacing in the name to help it stand out and brand it a little bit more. And then finally, here's Lloyd. Lloyd's is unique because he uses Hightower text in the name, but he uses Times New Roman in the contact information. The contact information is only an 8-point font, but it's still legible. You can still read it. And that's actually built in a text box where we have removed the border so that we can align the contact information evenly with the name. Now let's talk about the body of your resume. You want to keep that font between a 10 and a 12 because that's easy to read. And you want to make sure that font size is consistent throughout the document. If you have a 14 for your headings and a 10 for the rest of the body copy, if you go to make an edit later on, you might mess up that 14 points on your heading. So just best to go ahead and make everything be consistent throughout the entire document. Don't change what kind of font either, because that's a great place to have a typo down the road or an inconsistent styling down the road when you go to make an 11 o'clock at night edit. Consistency throughout the whole document is your safest course. And again, these are some good standard fonts to use for the body of your resume. Notice that some of them are serif fonts and some of them are what we call sans serif, which means without serifs. Serifs are those little tails and feet on the letters. Those actually make your writing easier to read. So if you have a lot of text in your body, you may want to go with one of the serif fonts. Otherwise, if you want to look really clean and modern, you might want to go with a sans serif. Use bold and italics to help the reader find the information that you want them to see. So use it in your headings, use it in your subheadings. Let these be like guideposts throughout the document to guide the reader to the important stuff. And also you can use it to emphasize certain things. We hope all this information has been really helpful to you, and we invite you to come see us in the Career Services office if we can help you build that perfect resume or even update a current resume. Thank you very much.